8,015 pounds, double slide Lacrosse bunkhouse with bath entry door and full-size outside kitchen just coming in here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Overall, this is well equipped. You can see the nose cap on the front, enclosed heated belly, magnet holdback latches, power jacks even, wide stand stability axles for towing, which is kind of the reason it's here. The folks weren't towing. They found a campground they liked, they were there the whole time, and they said, you know, if we're not going to move this thing, we might as well swap it out for something a little more park model-ish that's going to give us more room without spending money on the enhanced towability features of a unit like a Lacrosse here. Pretty common in a two-slide bunkhouse like this, when you close the living room slide, assuming the sofa and dinette are arranged in this arrangement, you can sneak around the countertop, you can get over to that pantry, you can get to the fridge, you can get to your kitchen cabinetry and your master bed. From here, you can't directly reach the bathroom, however. But you also don't really need to. With a second door straight to the bathroom, if you need to make that little travel stop, you can. Frankly, you can, remember that you got to pack this outside fridge too, probably with drinks and whatnot. Now, the one thing you're going to ask is, can I get to the bunkhouse from here? And no, you can't. So, the thing to remember, though, is that big super slide we were in up front, if you push that button for like 5 or 6 seconds, just enough to snake through, you want to throw the kids' bags and stuff back there, you can. So, you can get ready to leave. It's just like if you're stuck inside of a parking space, you're not going to get back to the bunk area. Pretty normal in a layout like this, though. I'm pretty happy with what I see inside here, too. This has been used, I can tell just from experience, but it has not been beat up. It's been kept clean. It's very nice inside. They they must have gone through and done a once-over before they brought it in, or they just had this thing amazingly spick and span. Because it's been in storage, so I expected a layer of dust. I didn't see any of that here. Now, to boil it down for regular viewers who watch a lot of our Haylett RV videos, the Lacrosse is kind of Primetime's answer to a Coachman Freedom Express. It follows a lot of the same general outlines. It's just kind of, it's sort of like the way that there's more than one brand of vanilla ice cream, This is the Primetime vanilla ultralight bunkhouse ice cream. Anyway, you get the point. We are 81 inches tall inside, which is not a common quality in lighter weight trailers. That is one of the more standout features of a Freedom Express, which has, been utilized here. That does allow for taller bunks, taller storage, taller shower, and notice that they also applied taller slides. And it's a difference you can see and feel. 3 inches taller doesn't sound like much versus a conventional 6.5 foot tall, but it matters. We got a big trifold sofa here. I'm not convinced that's the original sofa, but I don't know. Everything in this is brown and browner, so it matches. Also, you have a true U-dinette, which is what I call 70 feet, 7 feet long by 44 inches deep. There is storage below, and those are access doors to the end of that. And again, note the floor here. This has just been kept very nice and clean. Central air, central heat. Very respectable kitchen storage going on in here because the ceiling's extra tall. Those are bigger cabinets. I like how they made that countertop stick out, and the recessed sink with the matching solid surface counters gives you good prep space. Good drawers down to the floor with easy reach power outlets right down there. And even below the oven, below the microwave, below the oven, below the refrigerator, there we go, we have storage drawers. Very cool. With a large pantry beside that larger 8 cubic foot fridge freezer. All good stuff. Moving on back to the bathroom. Quick shout out to the slide side breeze windows as we are passing through. And a quick pit stop at the central, I don't call it like linen cabinet right here. Oh, this is a good sign. I just stumbled into something. Check this out. These are regular maintenance items and regular like, hey, we're getting ready to close the slide out. Here's all the things that we got to do. These folks were on top of it. This is the kind of preventative care, maintenance, and quality of ownership you look for in a used RV. Porcelain foot flush stool. Direct entry door that we kind of poked our head inside earlier. The rest of the bathroom, pretty simple, normal stuff, but clean. And that's the thing I take away from this. It was kept clean. And being a little bit taller sidewall does mean that if you're 6 foot tall or more like me, you're going to fit in that shower just fine. Pardon the break there. Every now and then, this old camera that I beat the absolute life out of It gets ADHD, you know, it loses a little bit of focus, so I thought I'd just kind of reset here so you didn't have to watch blurry footage. So the flip-up overhead bunk over here has a 250-pound rating. It obviously gets up and out of the way to utilize the sleeper sofa down below. So, you know, you've got good daytime seating for the kids on a rainy day, but you've also got the max sleeping capacity back here as well. Big window in the back for lots of light and airflow. And that goes right along with the skylight up here, which is a nice touch in this bunkhouse. Let that heat and air out. This is what I call a big kid bunk. It's a little bit wider, so if you got a big kid, they can sleep corner to corner. It is still a traditional 74 inches long. And I like what they did with the storage space and the built-in ladder below that. You can see how you've got a pair of dresser drawers. There's additional shelving behind the built-in ladder. And good, you know, just solid cabinet space over here if you want to just, you know, fold up and pile up clothes. But then it has one of my favorite features, which I'm going to call the Legend of Zelda storage chest. Just a handy little bonus thing that they put into these in an otherwise unutilized space. And trust me, kids will find something to put in there. Moving forward, we do have sliding privacy doors for the bedroom. Electric space heating fireplace down below to take the nip out of the spring and fall air. Let me just kind of pan around to give you a good look at her from this here direction. Quick note too, like you see that TV sitting backwards. The backwards facing TV is the TV for the bunk room. The folks here must have really dressed this thing up because you've got the standard living room TV here. You've got the bunk room TV all strapped down for transit. I love how they did that so it didn't bounce around everywhere. That is a DVD stereo, by the way. But check this out. As we cross past these enclosed privacy doors, sliding doors, they even added a ceiling-mounted TV here into the bedroom. This is very cool. This is something we actually see done on our new Winnebago trailers if you option a bed TV into some of those. So being extra tall, that overhead cabinet there, it's not what I'm going to call a head knocker. You shouldn't be bonking your head against it. I think this was built with the idea of a camp queen. However, the previous owners kept their own mattress. They said it was a residential replacement queen, so we put a brand new, obviously still in the bag, 60 by 80 True Queen in there. And it squishes up just a bit, but it's mostly just superficial. And I think that when you slide these doors out of the way, it'll flatten itself right back down. So brand new bedding, probably something no one's going to complain about. Quick note before we roll through the outside. I was actually all done filming and I spotted this and I wanted to make a quick little note of it. This does have, it looks like a cracked fender skirt right here. So that's just one of those unfortunate cosmetic things. It could probably be secured in place a little bit. It could theoretically be replaced. Chances are you would probably be just as well served to simply remove that and you'd never really notice that it was missing would be my estimation. But hey, you guys deserve to know about it, and obviously we'll go out of our way to spot stuff and share stuff if we see it. One of the things I should have pointed out much sooner, especially at the very beginning of the video when I was just rattling stuff off left and right, is the fact that up here in this big old pass-through storage compartment is none other than a full RV cover, which is probably one of the biggest reasons that the exterior of this thing still is absolutely gleaming. Now, it's got a little storage dust on it. The folks have not used it yet this year. Went into storage last fall, and there it sat until they swapped it out for their new Jayco Park model, or technically Destination trailer, if we're going to be specific, but there you go. 3/4 cap on the front gives it, it's kind of a bulgy look to it. That sort of throws a lot of people off. The thing to remember, guys, none of these things are aerodynamically optimized. They are all rolling bricks. I want to address something real quick. You see the previous owners did put slide awnings on it. On the way here, after we had already completed our purchase, the slide awning cover over that main super slide started to open up right before they got to Haylett RV, and it was flapping in the breeze a little bit. When we opened and closed the slide, we noticed it wasn't retracting properly the way it should. Kind of like if you have like a roller shade and you pull it down, it gets stuck in the down position, you're fighting with it. So, at the time of this filming, I do not know the status of that component. We are going to pull it into the shop and diagnose it. And I would recommend you give our team a call to kind of see what the result of that diagnosis was. So I'm kind of operating ahead of the curve here, I guess you could say. Power tongue jack, power stabilizer jacks, power awning, push button, setup, and simplicity. Magnet holdbacks on the dual slam latch baggage doors. Neat little fifth wheel-ish type feature is this little miniature enclosed, but very nicely outfitted docking center here for your water and electric, like cable TV type stuff. As I mentioned earlier, the underbelly of this is enclosed. It does have forced air heating, and that cover, holy cow, man. Look at the sheen, the shine, all the way down the side of this thing. You can see that none of the decals are rough looking or anything like that. Sewer outlet is right there, as is your water hookup, by the way. So your water and electric hookups are well separated. That's actually not a big deal, but for some, it spooks a lot of people, so I'll point it out when I see it. I know a lot of people like to know where those hookups are located. This does have wide stance stability axles, which is important because the model number of this says 318, but if you look at this thing tip to tail, it's about 35 foot long, and that's quite long. Now, 8,000 pounds is well within the boundaries of the tow ratings of many modern tow package half tons. But the thing a lot of people fail to realize is how your suspension and your wheelbase plays against the length of this RV in towing. And that is where that wide stance stability action comes into play. It helps you, for lack of a better phrase, cheat the wheelbase, and this thing tends to wiggle less and it tends to bounce less. So better towing. That's the simple answer. Now, we are all set up for a bumper mounted grill, but I have not located one, so this RV as it currently sits does not appear to come with one. I'm not convinced it ever did brand new, frankly. But over here, you do have a neat little outside cooktop, and I like how they make that drawer match right up with this sort of faux stone stuff. That's a prime time thing. It's a cute little piece of eye candy. I like that. Neat touch. Oh, that's cute. This kitchen's seasoned with love. Aw. Now, look at these double power outlets. Right over here, an appliance and phone charger central. That's awesome. Also awesome, a real sink with a real drain into the holding tanks. That's cool. And a larger, oh, what are these? These are like 3.7 cubic feet or something like that, this fridge. So inside-outside fridge together is nearly 12 cubic foot. Pretty cool. And as mentioned at the very beginning, we do have a direct entry bathroom door. You saw that when we were talking about bath access in transit. One quick note on this. You do have a deadbolt, by the way, so you don't have to worry about somebody cracking open the door and peeking at you. When I first stepped up here, I went, wow, this thing's nice and light and bright and white. They must really took care of this. And I think they did. But the reason it's so darn white, if you look real close, you can see they actually used roof coating, not just a roof cleaner. That's something that some folks opt to do. They feel a little more confident in it. I think that neither coating nor cleaning and conditioning is necessarily superior to the other. It's just kind of a matter of which one works best for you. Good news is, since this thing was stored under that cover, and they even applied an extra coating onto it, that's like putting sunscreen on your sunscreen, which obviously is going to keep the sun off you. All the seals look good. All the original, I mean, you're actually seeing original factory seals under that coating, and they are viable. It is actually in great shape. You may also notice while we're up here, all 3 roof vents have been outfitted with roof vent covers, so you can enjoy that extra airflow even on a kind of drizzly sort of day. Also very handy if the RV's in storage to let it kind of air out a little bit depending on where you live. Sometimes that's a neat thing. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Whether it's new or used, big or small, hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between. We do it all at Haylett RV, so take care. Stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. There's 3 more leaving right there. Holy cow.